Hello, everyone. I hope you are having a calm and comfortable moment today. Take a slow breath and allow your mind to relax gently. Have you ever understood everything someone said in English but still could not respond? Like you clearly heard the question but your answer did not come out? You are listening. You are following the conversation. You understand the meaning. And then it is your turn to speak. But suddenly, you feel stuck. Your mind pauses. Your words do not come. And the silence feels longer than it really is. And in that moment, you may feel something confusing. I understood everything. So why can't I answer? Many learners experience this exact situation. They improve their listening. They understand conversations better, but their response does not follow. And this creates a very specific gap, a gap between understanding and reacting, because understanding is one process, but responding is another. Some people believe the answer is simple. They think they need more vocabulary or better speaking skills, so they continue studying. They learn more words. They practice more sentences. But the problem often remains because the real issue is not knowledge. It is timing. When you listen, you have a little time. You receive information. You process meaning. But when you respond, time is limited. You need to react quickly. And this requires a different ability. Another important idea is delay. After understanding, your brain still needs time to form a response. And during that time, you hesitate, and hesitation breaks the flow. Another key point is decision pressure. When it is your turn to speak, your brain tries to choose. What should I say? What is the best answer? What is the correct sentence? And this decision process takes time. Another important idea is overthinking. You try to organize your thoughts. You try to be clear. You try to be correct. But this creates delay, and delay creates silence. Another key point is lack of ready patterns. If your brain does not have quick response patterns, it must build a sentence from the beginning, and this takes time. Let me share a simple example. Two learners are in a conversation. They are asked a simple question. What did you do today? The first person understands immediately. They know the question, but they begin to think. I went to actually. They hesitate. They try to build a full answer, and their response becomes slow. The second person also understands, but they respond quickly. I worked. I met a friend. It was busy. Simple. Not perfect, but immediate. And the conversation continues. Why? Because they had ready responses. They did not need to build everything from the beginning. Another important idea is mental switching. When you listen, your brain is in receiving mode. When you speak, your brain must switch to producing mode. This switch takes time, and if it is not trained, it becomes slow. Another key point is confidence. If you are not confident, you hesitate more. You check your sentence. You doubt your words. And this slows your response. At this point, you may begin to see something clearly. The problem is not understanding. The problem is response speed. It is the ability to react quickly without overthinking. But there is still something important we need to understand. How can we reduce this delay? How can we respond more naturally right after understanding? And this is where the story begins to go deeper, from understanding to responding. Now that we understand that the problem is not understanding but response speed, we can begin to explore how to reduce this delay. The goal is not to create perfect answers. The goal is to respond quickly and naturally. The first step is to prepare simple response patterns. Do not try to create new sentences every time. Use patterns you already know. Short expressions. Simple structures. I think so. Maybe. I'm not sure. These patterns require no thinking. They give you time. They keep the conversation moving. The second step is to respond before you organize everything. Many learners wait. They try to build a complete answer, but this creates delay. So respond first, then add more if needed. This creates flow. The third step is to accept incomplete answers. Your answer does not need to be perfect. It does not need to be detailed. Even a small response is enough, because communication continues. The fourth step is to use thinking out loud. Do not keep everything in your mind. Speak your thoughts. I think, maybe, let me see. These phrases help you continue while you think. Let me share a simple example. Two learners hear the same question. Do you like your job? The first person thinks silently. They try to organize their answer, but this takes time. They hesitate. They stop. The second person responds immediately. Yes, I like it, because it's interesting. Then they add more. Their answer grows naturally, because they started early. The fifth step is to reduce decision pressure. You do not need the best answer. You only need an answer. This changes your mindset. And when your mindset changes, your speed increases. The sixth step is to practice quick response training. Use simple questions. Answer immediately. Do not wait. Train your brain to react faster. The seventh step is to repeat common situations. Many conversations are similar. Talking about your day, talking about your work, talking about your feelings. Practice these topics. Repeat them. This builds familiarity, and familiarity increases speed. The eighth step is to connect listening and speaking practice. Do not train them separately. After listening, respond. After hearing a question, answer it. This builds connection between understanding and reacting. Another important idea is confidence in simple language. You do not need complex sentences. Simple English works. Clear ideas are enough. Another key point is mental flexibility. If you cannot say something, change your sentence. Use easier words. Use a different idea. This keeps your response alive. Another important idea is consistency. Response speed improves through daily practice. Short practice is enough, but it must be regular. At this point, you may begin to notice something different. You respond faster, you hesitate less, and your conversation becomes smoother. But there is still one important part left. How do we make this ability stable? In real conversations, how do we respond naturally, even in unexpected situations? And this is where the story moves forward, from reacting slowly to responding naturally. So now we come to the final part of this story. How can you respond naturally in real conversations without hesitation? Because training is one step, but real conversations are different. They are fast, they are unpredictable, and they require immediate reaction. Many learners improve during practice. They respond faster. They feel more confident. But when they face real situations, they still hesitate sometimes. So the real goal is not to remove hesitation completely. The real goal is to continue responding, even when hesitation appears. The first step is to accept small delays. You do not need to respond instantly. A short pause is natural. Do not panic. Stay calm. Then continue. The second step is to restart quickly. If you hesitate, begin again. Use simple phrases. I mean, so, I think these small words restart your flow. The third step is to keep your answers short. Long answers create pressure. Short answers reduce it. So break your ideas. Say one thing at a time. This keeps your response clear. The fourth step is to focus on communication, not performance. Do not try to impress. Do not try to sound perfect. Focus on the message. This makes responding easier. Let me share a simple example. Two learners are asked a question. What are your plans this weekend? The first person tries to answer fully. I am planning to actually maybe. They hesitate. They stop. Their answer becomes unclear. The second person responds simply. I will rest. Maybe meet a friend. That's it. Simple, but clear. And the conversation continues because they focused on communication, not perfection. The fifth step is to use recovery strategies. If you lose your idea, do not stop. Say something simple. I forgot. Wait, let me think. Then continue. This keeps your response alive. The sixth step is to build real conversation experience. Practice is helpful, but real interaction is necessary. Speak with people, even in small ways. This builds confidence, and confidence improves speed. The seventh step is to trust your patterns. You have learned many expressions. Use them. Do not search for new ones. This increases speed. The eighth step is to maintain emotional calmness. When you feel pressure, your brain slows down. So stay relaxed. Breathe. Allow your response to come naturally. Another important idea is persistence. There will be moments when you hesitate again. This is normal. But if you continue, your response becomes faster over time. Another key point is identity. See yourself as someone who responds, not someone who stays silent. This changes your behavior. Another important idea is consistency. Responding is a skill. It improves through repetition, through real use, through experience. Over time, something begins to change. You respond more quickly. You hesitate less. Your answers become clearer, and your conversations feel more natural. And in that moment, you realize something important. You did not need more knowledge. You needed faster reaction. And this is the result of everything you have done. Not more study, but better connection between understanding and speaking. So if you remember one thing from this story, remember this. Do not wait. Respond simply. Continue speaking. And trust that your ability will grow. Thank you for spending this time with the story. And as always, see you in the next story.